Good morning and welcome to my word for the day. I'm Lee Watson. I'm so glad you're here. Ah, I got to tell you about this amazing morning I had. Usually I get a message from the universe, from God, from somewhere on my way to Green Cow to do this word for the day. Today I didn't get one. I didn't get one at all. And oh my gosh. Well, let me start normally. TheVirtuesProject.com, which is right behind me here, one of our sponsors. So thankful for them. They produce these cards, these virtues cards. They're just good thoughts and words, and I appreciate them for that. There's 100 cards in this deck, and you're not going to believe this, but I took the cards out of the deck today, and I opened it up right to accountability, which I had actually written down a description for and everything. So it was just, I guess, meant to be the word for the day today. Is just a string of serendipitous events that led to choosing accountability today. It was just wonderful. But let's just dive right in with the talk today. Thank you for being here. I thank all the people who watch this, who comment on it, send a little thumbs ups and hearts and shares and the comments. I love the comments. Yeah, it's so fun to do this show. I do it 3 times a week right now, and it is definitely a bright spot of my week. And today's word, accountability, is very meaningful to me for a number of reasons. And well, let's just talk about it. Okay. Accountability is a willingness to stand in responsibility for every choice that we make. It is acting with integrity, doing what we say we will do. When we make a mistake, we do not seek to hide it or to avoid it. We all make mistakes. We have the courage to face it willingly. We are open to the lessons it can bring and ready to make amends. With accountability, people can rely on us because we're answerable for our actions. We have a fair number of people who contact us for, among other things, accountability. And we develop little programs for accountability. So what I didn't say at the beginning of this is that I am a business advisor. I'm also an entrepreneur and an adventurer, and I love these good words, and that's why I share them. But people need accountability, and we provide that for several people, quite a few people. And we also need to be held accountable for ourselves, and it makes such a wonderful difference in our lives, and we'll talk more about that. We appreciate both the good that we have done and the good to be gleaned from the choices that do not turn out right. It's win or learn. We're guided by our highest standards. Very good. So there's a quote on the back of this card from Gay Hendricks and Kate Ludeman, The Corporate Mystic. Ooh. Always take 100% responsibility for any activity you're involved in. Okay. Yes, we should always take 100% responsibility. We are 100% responsible for whatever it is that we do, say, think, whatever. So what does the practice of accountability look like? I take responsibility for my choices. I have the humility to face my mistakes. I'm a lifelong learner. I make amends. I weigh both positive and negative outcomes. I live up to my sense of justice. I'm thankful for the gift of accountability. It is my moral high ground. Okay, word today is accountability, and it's a great word. I want to say that in my life, being accountable for my words and thoughts and actions first starts with my accountability to God. And you may have some sense of God or a higher power of some sort. Most people do. And whatever that is, take that responsibility seriously. Be accountable for who you are and who you've become, who you're becoming. And when you do that, you'll find that you're making better choices because you know that, hey, if you mess something up, you are responsible to clean it up. It's a good way to live. So I have people who contact me for accountability, and I have people who I contact to hold me accountable. And I had one of those conversations just yesterday with a person who holds me accountable. And he asked me, he noticed that something was up with me. And he asked me this simple question. He said, "Why are you taking this so personally?" It was a banking issue. It was you know how mergers and acquisitions go, especially with banks. They get a little messy for a while. And this bank was screwing up some stuff, and I didn't like it. And I would even go as far as to say that I was kind of angry about the way that their customer service was not working. And he asked me simply, "Why are you taking this so personally?" It turns out that was what was behind that taking personally this lack of customer service, in my opinion, was a fear that I wouldn't be treated the way I want to treat people. Problems would happen and who knows what. And so being accountable for that, I immediately calmed down. I wasn't like animated, but I was certainly and clearly not happy about what was going on. Anyway, I'm so thankful that I have somebody who will hold me accountable in business situations. Now, in life, I have my wife and my God who hold me accountable, and also all the people, relatives, friends, relatives. Lots of people hold me accountable. And because of that, I can act a little bit kinder. The fruit of the Spirit in the Bible says that the fruits of the Spirit, what you demonstrate, is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When we show these things in our lives, as we live our lives and as we interact with other people, these are the things that help us to be that person who is a shining light. And I mess up, especially on a couple of them, like the self-control and the patience, and there's one other, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. I'm sometimes not very gentle. And of course, self-control is something that I always struggle with. But if you have certain things that you struggle with, find somebody to hold you accountable for that. So I need people to hold me accountable for gentleness and patience and self-control. Those are my biggies. The other ones I feel pretty good about usually. And so you probably feel pretty good about some of those things for yourself too. And maybe some of those things you don't feel so good about. And if you can take that thing that you don't feel so good about and get somebody to talk to you about how they see you from time to time, great. You're growing, you're learning, you're becoming a better person, a more well-rounded, more complete person. And that's a good thing. Okay, well, if you want to know more about accountability, let me do something here. I'm going to put up a little banner. This is www.businessbeyondnumbers.com/contact. This is a way for you to schedule a free call. And whether it's business advising you need or some help with some of these virtues, some of these things like accountability, I'd love to talk to you about it. You can book a 15-minute call. It's free. It's not a sales call. It's a what do you need call. And so if you want to do that, great. There are slots in my calendar that are available for this. And all you have to do is click on a time and we do a Zoom meeting. I mean, in some cases, we can actually meet in person, but that's a little tougher to do these days. So Zoom meetings, pretty convenient. Okay, that's about all I have to say about accountability today. I hope you're being held accountable and that you're holding other people accountable for their thoughts and words and actions and everything. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to everyone again who watches this. Really appreciate you. I appreciate the comments that come in. I don't see them while I'm live, but I'll see them afterward. And I really do appreciate that. If you want to know anything about any subject that I might know about, I hesitate to talk about something I don't know anything about. So brain surgery is out. And although I wanted to be an astronaut as a small child, I don't know anything about it. And but I am a business advisor. I'm an adventurer. My adventures these days seem to be centered around sailing on Lake Michigan or other bodies of water around the world. And I mean, if you want to know anything about anything that I actually know about, great. I do have a master's degree, but that doesn't mean much. What I do have is lots of experience. I've been around for a long time. I've been self-employed my entire adult life. And more importantly, I've been married for 42 years. And I think that is a kind of a statement about the patience and kindness and love that my wife has for me. Certainly the patience. I can be challenging. So if you can be challenging as well and you need to talk about it, let me know. Okay, that's all for now. Do something nice for somebody else today. Do something nice for a whole bunch of people if you have the resources. Some of you do, and you do that, and I know that, and I love you for it. Let's be that light. Let's be that source of hope and joy and peace and love and patience and accountability and everything else that's good. Let's be that person because it's a good thing to do. Yes, this is a challenging world. I know that. We all know that. We know people who are suffering, and lots of people are suffering. We all have our moments. Let's try to be that light, that person who just, gives a smile or a hug or a cup of coffee or positive waves, anything. Let's be on the positive side of humanity as much as we possibly can. That's all for today. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.